All the disrespect before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, a beautiful Monday morning, a brand new week of buttons that need to be checked. We had a lot of action over the weekend. Spotify's been updating every day, so we looking pretty good, man. Well, check this out. We got one hot topic. We talking about the NRS community, the players. Them MK players is coming. Oh, they coming with the heat? Pause. I feel like I should say pause there. Anyway, they're approaching. I'm gonna say they are approaching with the heat, and them FGC streets is talking. We got the full breakdown, so without further ado, let's get some buttons. Let's go. And all right, first up for them, I told y'all, NRS players are the GOAT buttons that need to be checked. And no, those are not my words. Those are the words of one Mr. Sonic to the Fox, and these buttons absolutely need to be checked. Apparently, them NRS players, you know, they're wondering now. They're wandering through the deserts trying to see which game they're gonna play next, because what else are they gonna play? And two of them, or a few of them, have stumbled on Street Fighter 6. We're talking about the twins. Remember the twins? Nicholas and Scorpion Prox, they were always battling Sonic, going back and forth. Well, apparently they've been focusing on some Street Fighter 6, I think since the release. It's kind of been low key, well, to some of us, but either way, they're kicking some ass now. And apparently, they've done it before. Let's get the whole breakdown. So first, I'm seeing reports right here. People talking about upset, Scorpion Prox advances to grand finals. We see that. We'll get the clips right here. Then I see another one talking about from Mortal Kombat to Street Fighter, Scorpion Prox sent Blaz, his Sagat, to losers. Then we got another one, SonicFox, saying, I'm trying to tell you guys, NRS players are the GOAT. Quote retweeting a post from Incross. Then we got Incross post saying Scorpion Prox won his first World Warrior in Chile over Blaz and Graime, with his brother Nicholas also placing top 4. The Chilean twins from Mortal Kombat have been playing Street Fighter 6 since the release, but were split between both games. Now they're focused on Street Fighter. That has 1.6 thousand likes. I see another response. Scorpion Prox was strong, huh? Took down Blaz, who had overwhelmed Graime in losers finals and snagged the win. Did this guy completely switch over to Mortal Kombat? I wonder. For a tourney with these two in it to get properly won in a best of 3, this gotta be a total treat from here on out, right? And this is a rough translation from Japanese. But we go even deeper. I see Scorpion Prox defeating Blaz was crazy. I had the honor of commentating on the round where he was crowned World Warrior 4 champion. It was an incredible tournament. And then what else we got here? Is Chile the new DR? What the fuck is happening? You know what's funny? Going back to that SonicFox post where he was saying, I'm trying to tell you guys NRS players are the GOAT. If you scroll underneath that, you got some replies saying they all have pent up anger from how bad their last game was, taking it out on the rest of the FGC now. And nah, Chilean players are just different. I don't know what they're feeding them over there. Then somebody underneath that tagging Sonic saying you should really focus 1 year into Street Fighter and Tekken, win a major to shut people up, because this is their only defense point now. Basically saying, you know that old defense where people are talking about, yes, SonicFox is great and he wins a lot, but let him win at one of these bigger games like Street Fighter or Tekken before we actually consider him GOAT status. That is an old argument. We've talked about that on Button Check before, so we're not here to debate that, but that's what he was referring to. Okay, so real quick, here's the breakdown of what happened. I believe it was World Warrior number 4 in Chile. So first up, we had Blaz versus Scorpion Prox in winners final. It came down to the last match. Check out the clip.
La patada al gancho y del gancho al Shin Shoryuken Super Level 3 que llega para meter alta cantidad de daño a la barrita de vida de Blaz, quien ahí, tras ejecutar el Perfect Parry del proyectil, busca la presión y busca el control también, manejando el espacio otra vez, haciendo gala y uso de los normales de Sagat, pero ojo, ojo que ahí está el Shoryu con el 3-2 de Scorpion Prox.
Tremendo lo que acaba de hacer Scorpion Prox.
Okay, so obviously Blaz was on that Sagat, and then you had Scorpion Prox on that Ryu. And next up, okay, so obviously you had Blaz on that Sagat, and then Scorpion Prox was on that Ryu. He ended up edging him out and taking it. But the next up, you had his brother. You had Nicholas, who was also on Ryu, going up against Graime. But Graime was actually using Blanca. I didn't even know Graime messed with Blanca like that. Maybe he's trying some stuff out. So first match, he's using Blanca. Check this out.
Ojo con el burnout. Achogeki quería intervenir ahí, no puede, está muy lejos. Uy, está entonces el primer match para Nicolás.
Sí, bonita la jugada de...
So things don't seem to be working out for the Young Bucks, so he switches. Does he switch to Ryu and do the mirror? No, he switches to Bison. Check this clip out.
Usted que viene otra vez de parte de Nicolás. Ojito que convierte y ahí está el level 3. Para lo que sería en cualquier momento el round definitivo para Falcons Crime con el Bison.
So he switched to Bison and edged out Nicholas 3-2. Came down to the wire, but it looks like Bison got the job done for him. Now back to Blaz. Blaz now has to face Crime, and Blaz whoops that ass. Check this out.
El Life Punch probablemente con el buffer de quizás Racho level 2 y el level 2 que ya con esto va a cerrar absolutamente todo porque tenemos extensión, hay barras de drive para lanzar por el techo. Cerramos con level 1, 3-0 el marcador, tremendo combate de Losers Final por parte de Blaz, solidísimo el jugador de Tu Game que avanza.
3-0, Sagat over Ryu, and you know these Young Bucks, they always go back and forth. Graimid just beat him, the last 2 times, something like that. Obviously, he just won EWC, and now Blaz is getting the better of him. It goes back and forth. But this was pretty dominant, man. This was 3-0. Now we go to grand finals where Scorpion Prox and Blaz face each other once again. Sagat versus Ryu. It comes down to the damn wire. 2-2. Check it out.
Conversión, bastaría cualquier cosa. Tiene doble drive rush cancel. Ahora acaba de desaparecer. Esto va a ser el 3 y es de Scorpion Prox el que se lleva el torneo. El campeón mundial de Mortal Kombat. Hoy se corona como el campeón del cuarto World Warrior Chile. Es Scorpion Prox de Revit Sport Top 7 Games. Con su Ryu, el que se lleva esta cuarta edición de la Calle Chile. Victoria para Scorpion Prox.
And from there, Scorpion Prox takes the damn tournament over Blaz. Once again, coming down to the wire. Check it out. When I pull up this young man's profile, we got Scorpion Prox right here. It still says competitive NRS player. Well, I guess this is who he's sponsored by. I'm surprised it still says that. Anyway, let's continue. Check this out. So he posted this saying champion of number 4 World Warrior Chile. You see right here, first place at a 96. Now I noticed underneath that, he said combo breaker, which just passed. He competed in MK11. He says, it was fun to play the game that started my competitive career. Now, I was wondering why 11 and not 1. If you notice right here, he posted this. This is a whole post in Spanish. Translation, basically it says that they were gonna play in 1. They had, I guess, registered for it, but they had nothing but travel difficulties. They had I guess a flight delay or something, a hotel problem. So by the time they got comfortable, it was too close for call. So they figured they wouldn't compete in MK1 and just save up and rest for Street Fighter 6. And when it came to Street Fighter 6, let me see if I could find that. There was over 1,000 entrants at CEO for Street Fighter 6. Scorpion Prox placed about 65, and his brother Nicholas placed around 97. So some might look at that and say, okay, they didn't do so good, but out of 1,000, that's pretty good. And let's be real, like Mena said, he was like, how could I win one tournament and then the next tournament I get 45? I get 50 or something like that. So you can't really judge it by that because this game does seem kind of wonky like that. But then I noticed back in May, he posted this on his page saying top 2 in the first World Warrior for Chile, pulling off a pretty solid run from losers and only losing to Blaz in the tournament. Not bad at all. So back in May, he was already there. He lost to Blaz coming in second. So how we feeling about them damn NRS players? Surprising. Now, I don't know. I always find it surprising when people are just so damn good. We've seen it a lot. Sonic's good in a lot of games. Punk is good in a lot of games. But it's more surprising to me when people are really good, like at the big games. You always see a lot of people, and this is not me trying to throw shade on anybody, but you always see people that are good in like, but it's not like I'm good in every game that happens to be the big 3 or the big 4. It's like one of the big ones, and then something on the little, like on the lower side, like a Fatal Fury. I don't know what else I pull up my ass. Avatar, something like that. Skullgirls. You know what I'm saying? It's usually like that. You never see somebody like, oh, they're the best Tekken player, and they're also the best Street Fighter player. Or they're the best MK player, and they're also the best Street Fighter player. You never really see that. I think the closest I can think of is Xiao Hai. Xiao Hai has been the best Street Fighter player, and then he's been the best Fatal Fury. But once again, Fatal Fury is kind of on the lower end as far as like the big 3. Is what I'm saying making sense? You know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Nicholas, is not only one of the best, or considered the best, MK player at one point, you know, because him and SonicFox go back and forth, but now he's beating players that are considered the top. Yeah, they're the young guns, but these young guns have been whooping ass and been winning the big ones, been winning the majors. So now we have somebody from the MK scene that is actually competing at the top level. SonicFox tried to do it for a while, but for one, he was able to beat a lot of top names. He had a sick, who was it, Fong? Something like that. But never really to pull off a win like this or to win a majors, as far as I know, in Street Fighter 6. And then I think it came down to Sonic not really vibing with the character. I think there was like a character crisis. He was like, I don't really vibe with too many characters in Street Fighter. So he dipped, obviously put his talents in other games. And let me know, everybody from the NRS community, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time that somebody from the MK community actually won something this big. Now you could say, oh, it's just a World Warrior. I get that, but it had some of the top players in this World Warrior, and he's been pretty damn consistent. So I don't know if anybody else in the NRS community has come this close in the Street Fighter community for actually being dominant or making a name for themselves. Once again, take that with a grain of salt because I'm just going off recent memory. But before we get out of here, there was another World Warrior. There was a US Canada West #4, and guess who took that? Noahtheprodigy took it home. We see Noah winning something right here. He said, I was locked in, question mark, exclamation point. You see, first place right here, Noah won. Let me go down here. People's responding saying, you was too locked in.
Oh,
no anti-air again. He's so
scared.
desperate for an anti-air.
He was so scared. You saw him crouch like he was going to try something. And look at that. Because of those two jump-ins, Noah now in the corner with throw loops.
What?
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
And Noah kills on the next hit. Chris is in big trouble. EX out of it.
Okay.
His drive gauge is in trouble too. Noah's got the anti-airs though. His grab, anything to kill. Challenge all of a sudden.
And he's got the level 3. He doesn't go for it?
He didn't do it. And Noah's gonna end up taking it first place here at US Canada CPT World Warrior West. Noahtheprodigy.
Wow. Chris, I mean, I felt like he just second-guessed himself. He was like, should I level 3? It's probably not going to kill. I need to save it.
You know, they had beef. They was talking hella shit about each other. I think even Chris CCH's dad came in and he was trolling Noah. It's been this thing for a while, so I'm surprised there wasn't more shit talk between the two after that on Twitter. Maybe they were just like, it's all over. Maybe they squashed it. I don't know. I haven't been following like that. But either way, Noahtheprodigy takes it. But how are we feeling about that MK community? What does this mean? Or does it mean anything? And does SonicFox have a point when he says, I've been trying to tell y'all, MK Players is the GOAT? How you feeling? Let me know. There it is one more time, Butt Check family. Appreciate the massive love. I will see you soon. I will see you later today on Spotify with an extended version of Button Check at 4 p.m. It updates every day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Spotify. So appreciate the massive love. We'll see you soon as always. I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.